In London, a covert MI6 intelligence unit led by Agent Hattie Shaw embarked on a high-stakes mission to retrieve a deadly virus known as Snowflake from the tech cult organization Eteon. Dropped outside the enemy's facility by helicopter, Hattie's team stormed the building, blasting through the front doors and engaging guards in a fierce hand-to-hand fight. Amid the chaos, Hattie broke into a secured truck, hacking open a containment box to access the virus. At that critical moment, she was discovered by Brixton Lore, a former secret agent enhanced with cybernetic implants and now working for Eteon. The team aimed their weapons, but Brixton quickly scanned them with his advanced optics and neutralized them within seconds. Even Hattie's bullets couldn't penetrate his defenses. He effortlessly deflected them with his hands. Panicking, Hattie locked herself in the truck, but Brixton punched through the door, forcing her to flee. In a desperate bid to escape and keep the virus out of enemy hands, she injected Snowflake into her own body. By the time Brixton broke through, she had vanished. Across the Atlantic in Los Angeles, Agent Luke Hobbs infiltrated a karaoke bar to interrogate a local gang. With brutal efficiency, he took down the entire group, saving the boss for last. After learning the gang knew nothing about the virus, Hobbs tattooed an insult on the man's forehead as a warning and walked away. Meanwhile, in London, Agent Deckard Shaw attended a lavish party, slipping into the VIP area to question his targets. He, too, dispatched them swiftly, using whatever objects were at hand. When the leader refused to talk, Shaw left him dangling from a rope outside a window. Later, Hobbs shared lunch with his young daughter, Sam, who was researching their family tree for school. When she asked about their relatives, Hobbs avoided the subject. Their meal was interrupted by a CIA operative, who showed Hobbs surveillance photos and explained that the Snowflake virus could liquefy a person's organs. The CIA believed Hattie had stolen it after killing her team. The scientist who created the virus was also missing. Recognizing Hobbs as the world's best tracker, the agency assigned him to find Hattie. Though Hobbs usually worked alone, this time he would be meeting a contact in London. Elsewhere, Shaw visited his mother in prison, a notorious former crime matriarch. She asked about his sister, Hattie. Shaw admitted they hadn't spoken in years. When visiting hours ended, she revealed she had already slipped out of her handcuffs. Outside, Shaw was approached by the CIA, who offered his sister immunity if he helped recover the virus. Reluctantly, he agreed, unaware that his new partner would be Hobbs. Meanwhile, Hattie discovered that her own agency suspected her of betrayal. Realizing she was now a target, she armed her apartment with hidden traps. When Hobbs and Shaw were finally introduced at the CIA office, both men were furious to learn they had to work together. Their reunion devolved into insults and violence until the agents intervened. They agreed to work separately and see who could find Snowflake first. Hobbs traced Hattie to one of London's surveillance blind spots. Shaw found her apartment first, cautiously disabling her traps before being ambushed by Eteon operatives. He fought them off with brutal precision, using furniture as weapons, and narrowly defused a bomb before it exploded. At the same time, Hattie disguised herself in a hotel, but Hobbs caught her. She resisted fiercely, attacking him with improvised weapons until he subdued and handcuffed her. Back at Eteon headquarters, Brixton underwent painful enhancement updates. It was revealed that Eteon's true goal was to use Snowflake to wipe out the weak and create a genetically superior race. At the CIA base, Hobbs interrogated Hattie, insisting he knew she didn't kill her team but needed proof. While he stepped out to take a call, Hattie escaped by picking her cuffs and overpowering the guards. When Hobbs returned, she nearly shot him before Shaw arrived, revealing Hattie was his sister. Their standoff was interrupted by an explosion. Brixton and his team had attacked. They kidnapped Hattie and escaped down the side of the building using special harnesses. Hobbs and Shaw fought their way through the remaining agents and pursued them. A high-octane chase followed through London streets. Hattie managed to injure Brixton mid-fall, and Hobbs and Shaw rescued her, speeding through traffic as Brixton and his motorized assassins pursued. After a series of stunts and narrow escapes, they finally shook him off, though Brixton framed them as terrorists on global news broadcasts. Now fugitives, the trio decided to track down Dr. Enrio, the scientist who had created Snowflake. They found Enrio in hiding, who explained that the virus capsule would dissolve within 42 hours, releasing the airborne pathogen. He revealed that Eteon had repurposed his vaccine delivery system into a biological weapon. The only way to extract it safely was with a specialized machine in a Ukrainian Eteon facility. At Shaw's safe house, they forged new identities and prepared for travel. Though Shaw betrayed Hobbs at the airport by putting a false name on his passport, Hobbs managed to sneak aboard the plane. During the flight, they were joined by Air Marshal Dinkley, a talkative ex-Marine eager to help. In Moscow, Shaw contacted Margarita, a crime lord and former Flame, who provided intel and weapons. The team devised a plan. Hattie would allow herself to be captured and taken directly to the extraction lab, while Hobbs and Shaw would follow her in stealth. Once inside, Hobbs and Shaw infiltrated the facility, planting explosives. However, Brixton captured them and subjected them to electric torture, trying to recruit them to Eteon's cause. Hattie and Enrio used the distraction to escape with the extraction device. Enrio attacked Brixton with a flamethrower, allowing Hobbs and Shaw to break free, but was killed in the crossfire. The heroes fought their way out of the facility, engaging in a massive chase involving drones, armored cars, and collapsing buildings. Despite multiple explosions, they managed to retrieve the extraction machine and flee the country. With time running out, they decided to hide in Samoa, Hobbs's homeland. Hobbs reunited with his estranged brother Jonah, a brilliant mechanic. Though tensions ran high, their mother intervened, forcing reconciliation. Jonah agreed to repair the extraction machine, while the family prepared for war using traditional Samoan weapons and traps. Hattie hacked Eteon's system, disabling enemy firearms for 6 minutes. As the countdown to infection neared, the Eteon strike force arrived. Hobbs and his brothers charged into battle, chanting a traditional war cry before detonating explosives that destroyed enemy vehicles. A brutal hand-to-hand battle followed, spears, clubs, and fire replacing modern weapons. Hattie fought bravely, but was eventually captured by Brixton. Brixton attempted to escape with Hattie aboard a helicopter, but Hobbs and Shaw pursued in trucks. Using chains, they anchored the helicopter midair, with several family trucks linking together for support. As the vehicles teetered over the cliff, they activated boosters and pulled back to solid ground. The helicopter crashed down the mountainside, leading to one last fight. Hobbs and Shaw finally learned to synchronize their attacks, taking turns distracting and striking Brixton until they overpowered him. Hattie completed the virus extraction just in time, using the machine's cables to knock Brixton out. Refusing to kill him, Shaw spared his life. Moments later, Eteon's leader remotely deactivated Brixton, his lifeless body falling into the ocean. In the aftermath, Hobbs reunited Sam with her extended family, while Hattie and Shaw visited their mother to help her escape custody. The world had been saved, but Eteon's mysterious overseer promised that the fight was far from over. Thank you for watching. Turn on notification and also subscribe for more.